What's up, everybody? It's been kind of a short video. I don't want to waste my time on this shit too much. Excuse the language. I was going to do a live video, but now it's like, what's the point? People are just going to come on, not even say hey or anything. They're just going to, and you're living your lives. I get that. But sometimes you need to pay attention to what other people in the world that live in the same world that you live in are saying, because sometimes you might gain a little bit of knowledge um, from what they're saying. And I'm talking about like multiple amounts of people, not including myself. I'm just talking about like there are people out there that are putting out messages and putting out ideas that are really smart. You know, they might have a funny tag name or hashtag name, whatever you want to put it, but their comments and the words they say, the sincerity within their body language and within their tone is very clear. Like my tone, it's very clear. I'm being straight to the point. I'm not gonna be blunt. I mean, see, I want to be blunt, but I'm not gonna be so blunt that I can't reach people. It's my point, as I want to be able to be. I want to reach minds. I want to help people understand some of the things that I see and I understand. The system that we got set up right now with two people, we have two people to vote for president. Two. That's two. Out of all of the United States, it's two people. They told us these are two people you have to choose between. That's it. I mean, there are two other people, and they should be respected and they should be acknowledged, but they're not. Um, and they're not going to be until we make a stand, until we actually do something about it. This is the system we're going to have. The system's going to continue. You know, you can either have choice A or choice B. Which is your choice? It doesn't matter if it's Trump or Hillary, Hillary or Trump. That you're going to have a Hillary or you're going to have a Trump. Those are your two choices. These are the choices we give you. Now, until we stop that, you know, there's a lot of people out there who be like, just vote. You are brainwashed in thinking that the system that is in place, because it works, and you have a good life, that the system works. I'm telling you right now, being somebody that has looked at the system and has been failed by the system and has been told by the system, well, you fell through the cracks and we're sorry, but there's nothing we can do for you. We messed up when it comes to you. I'm just one person. There's no many, no telling how many other people out there that are like that. If you go into a local branch of your social government and you sit down and you apply to get food stamps or help, whatever kind of help, they tell you that, and this is something I've been told multiple amount of times, and I find it to be outrageous. And I hope many of you find this outrageous too, because this is truth. These are real words that have been said to me. if you had more, if you had a child, or if you went out and got a woman pregnant and have her living with you could get food stamps. If you were under the influence of a hardcore narcotic, we would help you get off that narcotic. And we would, even if you relapsed off that narcotic, we helped you get off of. We would still give you food stamps. We'd still give you help. Somebody like me, I don't suffer underneath being addicted to strong narcotics or anything like that. I'm not going to go out and get a woman pregnant because you know what? I'm not going to bring something into this world that I can't provide for. That's just how I see it. You know, I'm not going to go out there and have unsafe sex and bring a child into this world that I can't provide the life that that child deserves just so I can get some benefits. I think it's sad when that happens, when people go out there and just, well, you know what, we could we can get knocked up and we can have food stamps, stuff like that. The only reason I reach out and get government help is because I've paid into the system and I'm hitting a rough time in my life. And the taxes that I have paid for several years are what I'm actually using. So I'm not really taking anybody's money. I'm not taking your money. I'm basically using the money I paid into with my taxes because I'm in a rough time right now and I need it. That's it. And I don't think people really lock down on that. There are people out there, yes, that take advantage of the system and use the system in the ways I'm telling you. But there are people out there like me that have paid into the system, have been loyal to everything, and we need a little help. We just need a handout to help us up, you know, help us through the little crap that we're going through. And then once we get on our feet, we'll be off of it, we'll be paying back into it. We don't want to stay on it. We don't want to stay in it. We want to get out of it. We want to start paying back to it for those that actually need it. And I don't think it's right that we have a system set up that is in my mind making those that go out there and who are hooked on drugs, who are, you know, instead of helping them, like really helping them, like actually giving them help. Um, and people going out there and just getting pregnant for no good reason, and then telling them, well, here, we're going to reward you for doing the wrong thing. Then you got people like me that are in my situation that have not taken from anything from the system, didn't want any help, but you're at a point in time in your life, you need help, you've been paying into the system, so you deserve that help. I think there's a very big divide in what people realize is acceptable help to people who are just being fucking lazy and not taking the time to actually do what is necessary. And us people who are trying to do what's right, we get pulled into that society, but we're not those people. We actually paid into the system. We actually did right by our government and it's done right by the people and has paid our taxes, has done all this. We need a little help. We need a little boost up. And then once we get that boost up, we don't want it no more. That's the difference right there. Is we don't want to be rewarded for shit, but it seems fucked up whenever you're sitting there fucking trying your hardest, and the people who are not trying and are just going out and fucking being assholes are getting rewarded and getting pushed up. So, I mean, that's my own personal battle, I guess. But I just see that as like that's BS, and I get angry when people say, "Oh, they're just feeding off of us." A lot of us we're not feeding off of you. There's a good majority of people who are feeding off of you, and it's wrong because they're also feeding off of what I paid into taxes as well, and they don't care. And I get that, but be careful who you get on about those kind of things because there are people that actually paid into their taxes and they're just using it because they need it. So I just want to put that out there. But when it comes up this election and stuff like that, I mean, people, it's between two people. You're given two people. That's the only two people you can choose. There's two other people. I would much rather go with the two other people because those two other people, nobody's focused on them. Nobody is said any news about them. So they're probably good people. But the fact that they focus on Hillary and they focus on Donald Trump, that's a direct red signal on both of those accounts. They're both rich. Um, one's politically inclined, she's been politically inclined for many years. Just go off of her work record and who she is. Donald Trump, go off of his work record and who he is. If you fact check this stuff, people, you would despise both of these people equally. Honestly, equally. You would despise both of them equally for who they are and what they do and what they have done. Lock-in and I have not said what they have said, but what they have done and what they have what what they have put out into the world. I'm of a person that everybody is given a stone or a couple of stones, and what you throw into which is the world, upon it ripples out. And what these people have been putting out there into the world has not been a great thing. Let me tell you, both of them. Um, I can tell you right now, one thing I do despise more than anything in this world is that it's like a fly. This There's a fly flying around me right now, and we have too many flies in the world. Let me just tell you that vote, don't vote. I would say don't vote. And a lot of people are going to dislike this. I know a lot of my family members are going to dislike this, but I tell you what, you show up. Don't show up. Don't vote. That's my dare to all my family and friends. Don't vote. See what happens when you don't vote. Check and see, because you're registered. See if you voted that day. That's a better thing. Check and see if you voted that day, even though you didn't vote. Now, I can tell you of 2 years where I've never been registered to vote. Never been a registered voter from the age of 18. But somehow I did register and I did vote 2 times. Never voted in my life. Never. My dad tried to get me to do it. My dad's passed. Told my dad I don't believe in voting because of the statistics and the things that I looked up. And he respected that and he didn't bother me about it after that. My dad voted, but he didn't vote in the last 2 elections. He voted, the last election my dad voted in was back in the 90s. So I take note of things like that. And I look up doctrine. I looked up things, seeing when people vote and when people don't vote. I think it's fascinating. Most people, I don't think they look that stuff up. If you didn't vote one year, maybe you should go back and check to see who you voted for, or even the fact that you voted, knowing though you didn't vote. And then you'll know how corrupt our system is. Then you'll see truth for what it is. And the truth is these people, they don't care about us. They think they don't need us. And that's where they're wrong. And they underestimate the fact that if we all woke up one day and we were just like, you know what, we're not going to do what you want us to do. We're not going to go to work. We're not going to go do all this shit just to make money to pay you. I mean, think about that, people. That's what you do day in, day out. You wake up, you go to a job. Most of you might like your job. Most of you might hate your job. And you pay other people to live your life. And that's it. That's your life, day in and day out. You pay other people to live. And those other people get paid to pay other people to live, and so on and so forth. The chain keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. And there's got to be a time when we all realize and we wake up to the fact that the resources that are here on Earth, natural resources like water, electricity, believe it or not, natural resource. All these things we pay for are put here for us to live. Some dickhead got the idea, well, people need this, so I want to make a lot of money. So I say, you have to pay me in order to use this natural resource that's here. It's all around. Now, water is one of the things. It's a natural resource that's here. We're going to run out of water. And people say, oh, there's drought. The only reason there's a drought is because it hasn't rained. That does not mean we're out of water. That just means it hasn't rained. It means water is falling from the sky onto the land. It does not mean that there is water around the land that you could suck up and put on the ground that is dry. That is a hoax. That is a lie. That is BS. We are not going to run out of water anytime soon. Matter of fact, we're probably going to have more water we can deal with here soon. Now, going on to other things as far as like crops and stuff like that, we have the potential to have farmlands and stuff like that. People say, oh, well, it costs a lot of money to do all these things. It costs a lot of money because somebody tells you it costs a lot of money. Because man, ourselves, people have made it that way. It's not because it's that way. It's because we've made it that way. It's not like some big freaking illusion. We've made it this way. We've made it so that people make profit off of water. We've made it so that people make profit off electricity. We've allowed this. So maybe we should take it back and be like, well, look, water is natural. Water is something that's here. It costs a water factory a certain amount of money to purify the water and stuff like that. I get that. But that's taken out of the taxes that we pay at our jobs. So why are we paying a water bill when we pay for a tax on water in our taxes? I mean, the list goes on, people. You can fact check all this shit. Go ahead. I'm not worried. Because I know you're going to find the truth. That's what I want. I want people to find the truth. I want the truth to be out there. I want people to accept the truth for what it is. It's like you go tomorrow, buy you a couple, if you got the money, or if you got a couple of things laying around, start collecting rainwater. See what happens. Matter of fact, tomorrow, I'm going to go and I'm going to find me something, and I'm going to build something to start collecting and purifying rainwater. And I'm going to see what happens. I 9 times out of 10 know what's probably going to happen. What I'm hoping is going to happen is different from what I know that is going to happen. But we'll see what happens with that. It's just sad whenever we have so many natural resources that we have to pay for. That we really shouldn't have to pay for. Like I get pain. I really I don't get pain for a lot of stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like money. I think money just weighs us down and it makes other people better than other people. Or makes other people think they're better than the other. Yeah, that's a better way of saying it. Makes other people think they're better than other people because they have more money. And they're okay with that system. The reason they're okay with that system is because they always want to have somebody lower than them. And that goes back to a statement I heard on a movie. And this does with racial thing. And that's Matthew McConaughey was playing a movie. It's called Free State of Jones. And he says the N word. I'm not comfortable with saying the N word personally because I think it's a word that should be abolished. I don't think people should use it, period. Anybody. I think it's right stupid when a person uses it and says, well, I changed the last 2 letters to another letter and it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's still the same. It means the same thing. Until we can let go of that kind of stuff, we're not going to move on from as a society, as a people, as a human race. We're not going to move on until people stop saying that word. It's kind of like people want the 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 flag removed, the Confederate flag removed. Okay, well, remove the Confederate flag. Well, guess what? Stop saying the N word. There are two different things right there that symbolize racism. Let both of them go. Do away with them. Oh, it's not that easy. Well, guess what? If it's as easy as getting rid of a flag, then it's easy to stop saying that word and calling yourself that. And that goes to you black people, yeah, you black folks, my African American friends, or I just look at you as people, but in this construct of you don't see other white people going around saying, "Hey, what's up, cracker?" I'm just saying, like using that word, the N word, is such a degrading thing. I just don't get it. we own that word now. Why would you want to own a word like that? Own a word like, I don't know, shit. Uh,
According to the Department of Justice, more than 2 million homes are broken into every year. And in 1 out of 3, a family member is home. This is why we
own
design
a word
Simply Safe,
like
the highest caliber home protection. Simply Safe's
the fact
remote
that
home
you
security keeps your family safe around the clock. And unlike other
own a
systems,
word
Simply
like
Safe
this
works without a landline, so a burglar can't cut your security by cutting the wire.
overcame
Tech experts call it better, smarter home security,
or
an outstanding value. Now you can protect your family with 24/7 professional home monitoring for less than
I mean,
50
there's
cents a
so
day.
many
No
things. I mean, my
long-term
brain's
contracts.
going through the
And save up
process.
to
Of,
20% on your home insurance.
you have to
Try
understand
Simply
why.
Safe
That's
for
why I'm
60
having
days.
lag.
Get
I'm like a
online at
computer. I'm having lag right now because,
Go to
like, that is such a
discoversimplysafe.com right now.
detrimental racial slur to say that to yourself when you could say, like, we have overcome, we are a better people, we are a part of the human race, we are all. Like, I, I get to that basis that I come down to, it's like, I don't want to think that way. I want to think of all, not just seeing color in people. I don't look at a person and see the color of their skin and think, oh, well, that. I look at a person and I see a person. That's it. So it's hard for me to sit here and talk about these things because I don't like them. I don't like the N word. I don't like the fact people like to use that word on a daily basis like it's nothing. Especially whenever you've been through so much and had that word used so much, so it's like, oh well, we take it and we own it now. No, don't own something like that. Let that shit go. Let it go. Let it be done with. Let it cast that away. That's like one of those things you don't want to hold on to, trust me. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. If you think differently, I can't say I agree with you. I'll say, well, that's your opinion. I respect it, but I think you're wrong. I think you should let that one go because it doesn't help you as that goes. But now, when it comes to the human race, it doesn't that we are who we are. I accept everybody for who they are, not what they think they are, who they are. I mean, a lot of people aren't gonna technically probably understand what I mean by that. But what I mean by that is I'm not gonna look at a person and see a color. I'm gonna see a person for who they are. So I hope that sinks in and maybe you get it. If you don't, my bad. But we got to get through the basics, people. This two-party system, it is a two-party system. They've probably already picked who they are going to put in the office as far as like who they're going to put into the president's seat. Your vote might count for a nickel to what they want. And when I say they, I mean the people that are in charge, the people that have mounds amount of money and have made the industry make it look like if you don't have money, gold, silver, mass amounts of land, then you are worth nothing. Those are the people you need to be afraid of. Those are the people you need to go after. Those are the people that you need to understand they do not care about us. They will never care about us, because they look at us as, well, you can be replaced. You can simply be replaced with more people that are not going to care, and that's what they're building up for. They realize that there's a population of us that we actually go on to understand and know who they are, and that scares them. And they also realize that they're losing touch with the outer countries, and the outer countries, which some of them live in, do not respect what is going on here, because they know once our system breaks and once our system fucks up, everybody else around the world is going to start noticing, oh, well, this is just part of one big giant, it's like a tapeworm, one giant worm. And these people are connected to these people, and these people are connected to these people are connected to these people, and it's all over. And once that happens, all shit's going to hit the fan. And how things are looking right now, that's going to happen very shortly. But who knows? I mean, I'm not going to make any predicaments right now to say about how everything looks. I'm going to save this video. I'm not going to post it. But my call is that when I post this video, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be right about everything I've just said. And I think it's sad. Because we had a chance.